All right, friends, here's my first review of the Castles and Crusades Player's Handbook. Let's take a look at this. One of the first things I like to check out in products like this is the binding. So let's see what kind of binding they have. You see that? That is firm stitched binding. You won't have to worry about the pages coming out on this. This is a quality product. Now we're going to look at the interior artwork. There is some great packed artwork in here. It is more of a traditional style. Doesn't always have the high fantasy elements, but it's realistic when you're imagining something like this. And some of it is just spectacular, like you see right here. Now let's talk about the rules real quick. One of the things I like about the Player's Handbook for Castles and Crusades is that in every previous printing of it, as well as this one, you have everything you need to play a game right out of the box. You do not need their Castle Keeper's Guide, which some of you would know as a DM's guide or Dungeon Master's guide. This game can just be played with their basic Player's Handbook. And with that said, you only have 12 pages of combat as compared to some other editions of fantasy role-playing. Your combat is quick and easy to do. They also do challenge ratings or challenge levels, and they give you a really flexible system for doing that on the fly. I really appreciate that with this game because you don't start out as a superhero like you do in other role-playing games. You start out just slightly above average, and you can grow, and that allows you to better emulate some of the fantasy you might like. It would allow you to emulate something more like Tolkien, or it would allow you to emulate something like the Witcher video game, or not the video game, I'm sorry. It would allow you to emulate something like the Witcher TV series, or even Wheel of Time. That's because of its flexibility, and that's because you don't have a ton of fiddly bits. You don't have to worry about a lot of different actions and powers. Now, if that's your thing and that's what you like, go for it. I think that's awesome. However, for me, when I'm wanting to emulate something that's closer to the fantasy I've read or the fantasy I really enjoy in television and other media, I'm going to use something like Castles and Crusades. I'll be reviewing their Castle Keeper's Guide next, but again, it's only optional. Thanks.